Hello everyone. Well, this is probably the last vlog from my mum's for a bit. I'll show you what I've got done. Still got a bit of a tip in here. All this will be tidied up, of course, before I go. There's the SIBO. So let's have a look in the loft. Now I've had to stop progress in the loft because I've run out of parts. I'll show you what I mean. Let's go up the steps. Into the cold loft. It's not so bad at the moment because a lot of the heat does rise up. So you can't even see my breath up here, and yet it's sub-zero outside. Right, let me just crawl in and show you what I'm doing. Just pop that down. Oh, show you what this system is that I'm putting into the loft. Right, there you go, look, what a mess. I'm using this Loft Zone stuff. So basically it consists of, well, that's just a extra support bracket. The other ones, which are all installed, I've run out somehow. So if you can see them. Right, these are the main supports. They're like these V-shape, and then I didn't have to, but to add extra strength I've used extra ones of these uni supports. That's called a tri support. Oh, the dogs are barking. That's a tri support, and that's uni. And then you get these metal beam things, and you get the floor. So basically what this Loft Zone system does is raises the floor. See, this is at floor level at the moment, but to make the insulation effective in a loft, you can't squash it down. If you board up a loft and just squash down the insulation, and it's very little insulation over there, it doesn't have the effect. So this Loft Zone raises the floor up so you can have the full insulation under the floor, and obviously insulates the rooms below. So that's why I'd installed this system. I've lost some height. I've lost about, well, nearly a foot of space really, but it's worth it because it's a very strong floor. But I've run out, I don't know if I've used too many or what, but I've run out of the tri supports, and I probably need some more. You can buy them separately, but they're about £5 each. These are only £1.99 each, and these are £5. So once I've sorted it out, I'm just going to calculate exactly how many more I need, because I still need to floor all the way over to here. This area, also where I am, I've got to leave a lower part where the loft hatch is, so some of it won't be floored. Well, it will be floored, but you know, at this low level. So there'll be a small area that's not as well insulated, but it's over the landing. And there's a bit over there, so let's just climb onto it. It is very secure. So, right. Ooh. I can stand up in this loft. Hang on, let me just... Ooh, there we are. Right, there we are. I've started vacuuming these beams. They were absolutely filthy. It's a lot less dusty in here now. A lot of the dust was caused by disturbing the old insulation. It was hideous. So I've had this vax thing going. I've had to vacuum the filter. Whoops, don't want it on now. Oh look, can you see? That's not bad. It's a lot better. Obviously there's not so much dust, but that was absolutely thick with dust on 2 occasions, and I vacuumed it off. I'm just using that AEG Ultra 1 just because it was handy and I had a bag in it. And it's got good filtration, so that's what I've been using up here to sort of clean up after me. You know, I've had to saw some of these planks, and obviously I've used it to vacuum the cobwebs away, and you know, the filth that was on these. I mean, you can see the filth. If I can do it without getting the shadow in, hang on. These LED lights I've got up. It's a bit hard for you to see because it's always in shadow, but yeah, these you just touch them and they were caked. I was still got some dusting with the, you know, a few cobwebs, but it's a lot better. So as you can see, quite a lot of vacuums up here. These aren't staying like this, these are just moved to the back out of the way. But what I'm planning on doing, and I'll show you, well, I can't do any more now this trip. Like I say, I've run out of the uprights, but I still need to floor that bit there. So once I get it sorted, I will do it. But you know, I've got the worst of it done. What I'm going to do, I'll show you, I'm going to put some carpet in here, some old carpet that was in the living room. So basically today I'm just going to tidy up, move some of the vacuums down onto that lower level and actually carpet the main area. I'll probably have to roll it up a bit and then it can be unravelled when I do the rest of the floor. It just gets out of the way, it's in the garage, it's in the way, and it's just, it doesn't have to be carpeted obviously, but it just makes it, you know, a little bit more comfy to walk and crawl on. But yeah, there's a few vacuums in here, but not a huge amount really. There is more in the garage to look at. So let's go down. So it's okay, this is a very secure floor. I'm quite pleased with my handiwork. I'm pleased that I managed to, there's a bit of a hole here but I couldn't avoid it. Let's move that old rug out the way. There was no way around having a hole there, but I cut because of this. I don't know if it's a supporting plank, but I didn't want to risk removing it. I've had to cut round there as well, a bit in shadow. But anyway, I'm really pleased with how it's going, you know. But I don't know why I've run out of stuff. I think I've used too many of the supports, but it just means it's a very secure floor to put all my vacuums on. I'm hoping to get a lot of them all sort of round the edge, and I want a nice area in the middle, so if I need to select a vacuum I can. But what I'm going to do is make a note of where the vacuums are. For example, behind all these uprights there's a load of cylinders. I don't know which they are, but I'll make a plan and I might just stick it up on one of the beams here and just say, you know, and just have the plan, and it shows which vacuum's where, in case I need to grab it for any reason. But yeah, it's Friday, I've been here since Sunday. I started work on Monday. Yesterday I couldn't do much. I've had to buy a new electric screwdriver because my Bosch one, it kept losing charge. I mean, I did a certain amount and then I had to wait 3 hours or so for it to charge again, and then when I tried to use it yesterday, it'd been plugged in overnight and it wouldn't work at all. So I had to nip out to Argos to get this one, which is pretty good. It's got an extending doobry. It wasn't expensive, but sod's law, after I had the Bosch one plugged in for 2 days, it seems to be working now. But anyway, that's by the by. But so yesterday I didn't do much. We went into town and we went to Argos and went to Home Bargains. Ooh. Right, it's going to get down here. Oh. Eek. Oh, hang on. No, this is awkward. Hang on, I'm going to have to pause. I don't want to break my neck. So in the back bedroom, there's nothing different in here apart from my mum's now being able to take her clothes off these rails. Just get rid of those rails. I just bought 2 of my lights with me. Just going to take these off. They're just really for wearing in the loft and outside and to be walking. I got a little spare bit of carpet here to prevent the new carpet getting mucky. So here are my mum's new wardrobes. She's pretty pleased with them. When she said she had a mirrored part, I assumed it was all mirrored, because I do like, I know I'm a weirdo, but I do like to watch myself vacuuming sometimes. And a full-length mirror, you know. That's why I sometimes do those shots on my channel where you can, you know, it's the next best thing to watching me live. I'm not looking at myself, I'm looking at the vacuum and thinking, oh, that looks good in the mirror. Anyway, I'm a nutter. So anyway, these are the wardrobes, if you remember the awful blue things. And so I hope my mum doesn't mind her clothes being shown on the YouTube. It's got plenty of space for all sorts of bits and bobs. She's even got room right at the top for her suitcase and things. And I think there's shelving here for old photograph albums. There's more bits and bobs right at the top. You look empty shelf there. That's the sort of thing you'd have. We don't have an airing cupboard in this house. We did in the old house. So that's somewhere to put sort of spare linens and things. So yes, my mum was really pleased. I don't know if I've done that right. It was. I don't know if that's how they were. I'm not sure. Or was it this? Oh, how was it? I don't know. I'll have to check back on the video if I've put the doors back right. I think that's correct. But they match really well, don't they? Look how... This is the existing furniture my mum had. It's almost the same. So that's good. I've made a couple of videos on this carpet, which you'll be seeing on my other channel soon. I serviced my mum's Cibo Felix and her Dyson Fluffy. I don't know if I've got time. I wanted to do her Vax carpet washer because that really needs a good clean up. I'm not sure if I'll have time this trip to do it. But yeah, it's coming on nicely. That rug used to be in the living room. It looks nice by her bed. And so that's that. Let me just pop downstairs. Right, yes, I was going to say I can't put those shoes on. Yeah, I do really like this this carpet. Oh, some things have happened in here. Got some curtains up now. My brother's fitted that, which was in the old house, and put a couple of pictures up. That's a picture my mum had made of Evie. Evie is the evil. That's Evie, Ellie and Millie. So yeah, the chair that was due to go there was due yesterday, I think, or the day before. Obviously with the weather we've been having, deliveries have been delayed, so they're not delivering. Oh, I bought some of this yesterday, this Zorb, because for some reason, well, when my brother drilled some holes into here, red brick dust came down and it actually stained the carpet. It wouldn't vacuum off. It was down here. But I thought, oh, well, wet shampooing, it might make it worse. So I thought, well, the Cibo Duo P would have been ideal, but I didn't have any here, and it's hard to buy that. Argos don't sell it. But there was a mark in here. So I used the old Zorb and it brought it up without wetting the carpet, so that's good. Right, my mum's popped out to the shops. And so yeah, that's the carpet. We're not having that carpet in here. I mean, it was absolutely black bright, that carpet. You're not peeing on it, are you, little Molly? It was. Don't you pee on that. Needs a good vacuum. So it's too big for me to carry up in the loft in one piece. So I'm just going to have to cut it and have the main middle area of that loft carpeted. But you know, it doesn't matter what it looks like, does it? It is cleaner than it was. It's just better than just having the bare boards, and adds another layer of insulation, doesn't it, little cripple? Hey? You cheeky little Molly. Oh, you're lovely, aren't you? Got some sharks. They're to go up in the loft because they were in the garage. There's more in the garage. There's Daisy. Hey? And there's Molly. Molly's missing Mark. Molly? Where's Mark? Daisy, where's Mark? Where could he be? No, don't step on my powered lift away. Molly Pool, she'll bark. We've had the fire blazing. It's stoked up ready. It's only a small thing, but it really whacks out the heat. Don't know if you've seen this. Don't know if I showed you. It's hard to see. It's a bit dark. But that is a Dachshund-shaped log holder. So my mum's been in and got the logs from the little log store at the back of the garage. Oh, there's two more dogs there if you can see them. So, yeah. Oh, and my mum is now getting the carpenter who did a wardrobe. He's going to finish this getting a sort of butcher's block worktop similar to this stuff to go along here. And he's also going to be shelving out, doing some shelving in this cupboard under the stairs. Because, you know, the nasty folk took all the shelves that were in here. They stripped everything they could, if you remember my earlier videos. Took everything that wasn't nailed, well, I'll say, took everything that wasn't nailed down. They even took things that were nailed down. Nasty people. So, I'll show you the old Felix. I did a whole video on this. It's in the raw state. That isn't bad, considering the age of this vacuum. It must be at least 12 years, I'd say. I bought it for my mum one Christmas. I bought her some other nice things as well. I didn't just buy her a vacuum. But I've got the new exhaust. I decided to go for the ice blue exhaust, because in the earlier days of Felix there was a model called Ice Blue, and it was a more basic one. It didn't have the adjustable handle, and I think it was just a one speed. You can see that's rubbed off a bit there, but it works fine. So I treated my mum to a bit of a service for her SIBO. So it's got a new pre-motor, new post-motor, and it's got new brushes as well. Give it a good clean and a polish. It wasn't filthy. Inside the bag compartment, absolutely spotless really, because my mum only uses the genuine bags. I might use this actually to clean this carpet before I carry it up the stairs. So yes, I did a video on that, and I did a video cleaning up the Dyson Fluffy. Now, where is it? Where is it? The filter. Eck. I put it down somewhere. Don't say the dog's got hold of it. It was pulsating, my mum said, and it normally indicates a blockage. It wasn't blocked. So I washed the filter, and when I did, it looked clean. Those filters look very clean all the time. I think it's on the radiator somewhere. The filters do look clean, but I got so much dirt out of that filter. It was quite a while of running water through it and squeezing it. So that would have been the problem. Oh, it's there. Shouldn't really put them on a radiator, but yeah. So that, yeah, it looked about like that from the outside, but when I actually, as I said, when I actually started washing and squeezing it, yeah, a lot of muck in there, a lot of muck. So yeah, I made a video showing basically everything of what a user can do. Must put this on the wall actually. So I took it apart as much as you're allowed to, and obviously cleaned both heads, and so that'll be coming up for people, because a lot of people have liked my Dyson service videos, and they're only very basic servicing tips, you know. They're not anything that everyone can't do. But it's surprising how little people know about how to keep their appliances working effectively. I must get some shots of the squirrels. Oh, there's a little robin. Ah, oh, bless. Oh, it's gone. I was going to zoom in on a robin. Oh, that's starling. Is it? Chased the robin away. I mean, we haven't had any snow now for a few days, and it is sort of starting to melt, and there's none really forecast in this area for a bit. But it's probably the worst snow we've had in many a year, although in where I live we've had snow nearly every year, but about this part of Yorkshire where my mum lives, they don't get so much snow. Well, I think I'll grab myself a cup of coffee, have a quick break. A cup of coffee and a nice flapjack. One of the Home Bargains ones. I think my mum's got some left. They are vegan actually. I like a good flapjack. Where are they? Here we are. They do yogurt coated and chocolate flavoured coated, but they've got milk in. But these are fine. These and the plain. These are Highgate's coconut and cherry flapjacks, suitable for vegetarians, but they are vegan too. But I didn't realise until my mum pointed out the calories of these. But I'm a growing boy, and I've been doing a lot of physical jerks, so I do need the calories. So for well, 100 grams, this bar is 120 grams. I don't know what that is in imperial, but this bar is, does say somewhere, oh never. Well, for 100 grams of this bar, so not even a whole bar, 455 calories. So you're talking around 500 calories. Can you believe that? For that, I mean, it's big. I think I bought some more myself yesterday. I think I should just eat half at a time. Anyway, I'll have that and that'll keep me going for quite a while. Have that with a nice cup of coffee. There we are. Yeah, so next time you see this, it should be done. Have the worktop, the doors will be adjusted, the handles will be on, all this metal have gone, so that's good. My mum was paying a man to actually decorate the kitchen in June, and she was having him coming when she wasn't here, and I was due to come here in June, and well, since she told me that, I thought I wasn't going to come, you see. So I've said, well, I'll do it, because looking at it, it's a big room, but there's not much wall space, and to be quite frank, the ceiling doesn't need doing. It's the ceiling that I hate when I'm decorating. I hate doing ceilings. There's just one part here where there was some pot thing that was hanging, that she had pans hanging from. So there's some holes there, they just need filling in and painting. So as long as that doesn't look too bad, it doesn't show that I've filled in the holes, then we can get away with not painting the ceiling, I think. I might get some sugar soap and give it a good wash. I think that's all it needs, but so if I don't have to do that, if you look, there's not a huge amount of wall that's exposed. This is all the kitchen cabinets. There's this bit here. This is the main wall. And obviously, I will have to paint behind there. I know some people, some lazy people actually don't move furniture like that. And when they move out, you see where they've painted, you know, and it's got an outline of a unit. But no, of course, I will be doing it properly and be moving that. So there's that to do. And there's, you know, there's not a huge amount. It's all the woodwork though, that'll need undercoating, maybe a couple of undercoats, at least 2 top coats. So it's the doors that need to be white instead of this dark wood, and all the woodwork. But again, there's not a huge amount of skirting exposed, or baseboards I think you call them if you're watching from America. See, all that's covered, a little bit in the corner. So once I've decorated, I can pop that Dyson, because it's near a socket, I can pop that on the wall. It'd be easier for Mum to get out. So yeah, I think I will do that. She also wants the decking done, which is hard to do with all the dogs, but that shouldn't take too long. I will have Daisy and Molly here, but I can cordon off a bit so they can do their business, and last thing at night I can just do the little area before they go to bed. Oh, I've only got 4 minutes of time left, so I'll have to cut this short, folks. Ooh, my hand's hurting. So that's the update. Next time, it probably won't be till June where you'll see. Oh, hang on, I'm trying to turn lights off. So next time you'll probably see this looking a bit better, shelved out. You'll see the kitchen finished. You might see some decorating upstairs, I'm not sure. It won't be, you know, I think the bulk of it's done. So obviously there's a carpet to put down upstairs. But the living room, apart from a few tweaks and bits and bobs, the living room's done. So it's a nice, comfy, cosy room to sit in. Not that it gets used, it's like in the old days where you'd have a posh front room and you'd all sit in the back room. That seems to what happens here. But it is nice to have the option. When my mum was watching something on TV I didn't want to watch, Piers Morgan, I can't stomach him, I came in here and watched The Two Ronnies, which was lovely. I'd rather watch The Two Ronnies than Piers Morgan. Who wouldn't? Apologies to any Piers Morgan fans. Right, that's it then. That's the updates. As you can see, it's all coming on. I do love these grey stairs, grey carpet and everything. It's very good. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, ask them below, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.